Cowboy fans, how we doing? Man, I'm gonna let y'all get on. I know it's been a while and stuff, man. I've been having some things going on, man. And let's face it, the Cowboys ain't that damn good anyway. So, who needs that headache every day? What's good, baby? How we feeling? JV, B boy, what's good, man? How we feeling on this day? You see how I pop out when we got the Raiders? Watch the Raiders gonna disappoint us again. Watch the Cowboys disappoint us, man. Hey, that's a guarantee. You got to do that before the game start. The Cowboys make you do stuff like that. You got to do that. You got to grab a drink. You know what I'm saying? You got to get something stiff. You can't even sip no wine when you watch the Cowboys. You got to have something stiff. Man, I, I I'm excited though. We got Quinnen Williams. We got Quinnen Williams. We got, you know what I'm saying? We got another white boy at linebacker. I don't know about y'all, but when I watch these other football teams, I be watching a whole lot of football teams with white linebackers. And these teams be good to the motherfucker. I don't know how we end up with Sandberg, who can't play. But this Logan Wilson fella better be good, because every white linebacker I see outside of Sandberg been good. They be out there balling. Y'all watch Detroit? These boys be head busting. Logan Wilson gonna have to come with it, man. Logan Wilson gonna be, hey, it's gonna be entertaining. This is what I like. If you look at the depth chart, Cowboys didn't play no games. I don't care that Logan Wilson came from a bad defense, man. We watched the film. We know he better than what we've been doing. You know what I'm saying? They ain't playing no games. I don't give it. No, Logan Wilson was traded. He gonna come here. He gonna play. Hey, show us something. Overshown gonna work his way in. He don't need to start. He don't need to play no special teams. If I'm the Cowboys, I'm playing Overshown on passing downs. You know what I'm saying? That way he don't get, yeah, just play that man on third down this game. Let's ease him into it. Here's the exciting thing about Overshown. This is what people forget. Overshown, since rookie year, was able to diagnose plays and read and react. What do you think it does when he's able to sit down for this amount of time? For the second time in a row, he's able to just sit down and do nothing but just watch. That's all he's been doing. Rehabbing film. Rehabbing film. Overshown gonna be moving like Fred Warner out there. I'm gonna tell you right now. Overshown gonna be moving like Fred Warner. JV Baby said, we ended up with Sandberg because of our emotional owner. Yeah. Defensive coordinator, knee jerk. That was it, man. That was it, man. I got a best friend in Houston. I'm in Houston, Texas. Got a best friend here, Chicago Bear fan, and he knew that was gonna be a bad. He said when we picked up Eberflus, he was like, y'all ain't doing nothing." And he knew when we got Sandburn. I don't know what it was. It's one thing to get a Sandburn for depth, but don't get him and then throw him in. And we treated him like a starter. He played 1, 2 series in the preseason. So it was craziness. And then we wait so long to make a move. But anyway, we got him. We got Logan Wilson. By all accounts, he looks like he's a better player. He's a better coverage player, really, than anything. And we know we need that, man. I'm tired of looking at our linebackers just it's bad because it ain't just the Cowboys. When you watch football around the league, them linebackers don't be doing shit. I don't know how they get paid when it come to passing downs. They just be staring at other dudes. They just stare at the receiver. They don't even do shit to stop it. I'm interested to see what's gonna happen, man. We got Quentin Williams. We finally got a dog, man. If you just watch this dude highlights, if you just watch his highlights, man. So who should we start? We can't play five down linemen the whole game. So is it gonna be Kenny Clark or Osa? Who do we start? Kenny Clark or Osa? The stats said it. 2024 Dallas Cowboys ranked 29th against the rush. 2024 Chicago Bears ranked 28th against the rush. Yeah, and look, if we being honest by this logic, what is Logan Wilson gonna do for this team? But you know what they banking on? You get a guy like Logan Wilson in here, you get a guy like Overshown, you banking on somebody like this changing the way you play defense. See, right now, when you got Osa in the game, Osa is not used to taking on blocks as well as going to make a play. Osa wants to shoot gaps, throw his shoulders in there. But when you can do something like this and take on this block, now you got other people that can run behind you. But also, he can just make this play. Like, we don't got this. Look at this. You can't block him heads up. You just can't do it. This is gonna be something we haven't seen, man. We ain't seen nobody do none of this. Everybody keeps saying David Irvin. Yeah, this was David Irvin, but this is way better than David Irvin. Now look, all the Cowboy haters. I noticed nobody brought this up, so I'm gonna say it because I saw it during the season. Quinnen Williams has gotten he's gotten beat before on a double team. Now, like let's not act like he's not due to get beat on a double team. This is the NFL. 700 pounds is gonna beat 300 pounds. All right. But the thing is, Quinnen Williams is going to beat that double team way more times than any other defensive tackle. And he's going to beat it more often. You see this? He's actually high right here. He's actually too high, and they're beating him right here. You see? He ain't invincible, but you see how he still makes that play. Now, you had some guys in there where you get double teamed, and that dude is getting driven off the ball 7, 8 yards. Quinnen Williams, for the most part, you may get that once every 8 games. For the most part, he's pretty stout. And the stats show it. He's like number one again in run stuffs and all that kind of stuff. This ain't he's definitely legit. And look what that does for the linebackers, right? So let's look at what that does for the linebackers when he takes on that block. Boom. See, now your linebackers can flow. 53 should be flying up here. 44 should be flying, right? Everybody's holding up. Now you can play football freely and rush those lanes. That's what you need. Here he is right here. He's playing with a coach he's played for before. He's playing with a player, Solomon Thomas. He's playing with two players he's played with before, Perion Winfrey. Oh, look at the get off. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Look at the get off. Boom. He's off the ball. The ball ain't even past the ass of the center. And he's moving. Boom. He's still too high. This is what's crazy about Quinnen Williams. What if he gets back with his coach and he learns how to get back play low again? Is that possible? Is it possible? Is it possible that Quinnen Williams can get better, right? Because he is quote unquote having a down year this year. Is it possible that he can get back to what he was 2 years ago? Because he's playing high, but he's such a good player where he still can make this play. You see that? Credit to the JC Cowboys network. I'm excited, man. Now, what do we want to see? I know we got this going on. I'm gonna let that play. I looked up the stats, man. 10 out of if the season were to end today, 10 out of the 14 teams that are currently in the playoff race give up less than 23 points a game on defense. I'll repeat, 10 out of the 14 teams that would make the playoffs today give up less than 23 points a game. The defense giving up the most out of those 14 teams are the Chicago Bears, and they're giving up 26 points a game. All right. That tells you everything you need to know about what we need to do. So the question becomes, can Overshawn, Logan Wilson, and Quinnen Williams make the Cowboys a touchdown better? That's the question. We got to answer. We're not going to answer it today, but we'll be able to find out because this is what we want to see today. Are we more physical today? That's what I want to know. We had a whole bye week. We're playing a team that's let's just be honest, they're playing for the number one pick. Are we going to be more physical today? We got physical players. Logan Wilson's supposed to be physical. Quinnen Williams supposed to be physical. Overshawn, when he plays, supposed to be physical. Are we going to be more physical? I want to see that. We definitely should be. Now, it's crazy because we've played bad teams and we've let them score 31 points. So I also want to see, can we hold the Raiders to 26 or below? Can we do that? Can we do that? That will show us if we're a playoff team. Can we hold them to what the averages are? We know the top teams, they're not giving up no more than 26 points. And the top 10 teams, they're giving up less than 23. We can't be giving up 31 points a game. It just can't happen. That puts two, and it doesn't sound like a lot of points, 26, 31, 23. But when we watch those games, y'all see the difference. You see the difference. Dak got to stress. Every possession has to be a touchdown. The coaching, the play calling gets worse because everybody's on hands and knees. It all gets, it's not, it doesn't flow well when you know your defense is giving up 8-minute drives and touchdowns every drive. It's hard to beat that. So the question is, do we see enough this game for us to believe that the Cowboys can be a defense that can be a touchdown better? Can they get to 24 points to 25 points a game? That's the question. We're gonna find out. We got about 30 more minutes. I'll tell you that. We got about 30 more minutes. When it comes to this offense, I just want to see everybody eat, man. The Raiders defense is not good. They got one good player, and they kept him because that's all they got. Don't let these boys get good on us. Can we have a game where Dak, Javante, Ferguson, CD, and Pickens play good? Can we have one of those? Is it even needed? I get it. I'd rather control the clock, be efficient in the red zone, right? That's what I want. Let's be efficient in the red zone. That's what I want. Let's see what we got. Uh Start them all. Rotate as needed. Now I get you, man. The 5 down lineman does make me feel good when it comes to stopping the run. Here's what I hate to see though: when they pass that ball and Dante Fowler or Clowney, Donovan Ezeraku dropping in pass because you can't have 5 people rushing every play when we can't even stop the pass, right? So I'm with you. And then it slows down your rotation because if you're playing 5 down lineman the whole game, now you don't really have a rotation. Look, it's positives to it, but it's like we got to have a backup plan. We didn't have to trade Micah to get Quinnen Williams. Come on, JV, man. Don't start this shit, man. Y'all gonna make me okay. You gonna make me do this. I can't believe you're gonna make me do this. JV, does Miles Garrett and Micah Parsons compare? Like, do they seem like they on the same playing field? Because when I watch Miles Garrett, I see a whole different player. That's just me. I can see 47 million. And I'm still telling you right now, JV, I don't want to pay Miles Garrett 47 million because he's just an edge rusher, man. Let me find 4 other guys that know how to edge rush and push and pass rush and do that. I don't need one guy to be 47 million. It ain't got like you right. We did not need to trade Micah to get Quinnen Williams. You damn right. But we needed a number one defensive tackle. We needed a guy who you got to account for at defensive tackle. We got that guy. We got him now. We don't need a Micah Parsons. Why do we know we don't need him? Because we had him for 5 years, 4 years. We had him. We had him 4 years. We gonna blame all that on Dak, or we just gonna call it what it is. Micah was good, but he's a pass rusher. That's it. He can be quieted. He can be stopped. He's already proven it in Green Bay. He has good games. He has not so good games. He got games where it's like, where is he at? We've already seen this story. To be fair, you didn't have to trade Micah to get Kenny Clark. You're right. We didn't. Let's just call it. Look, I believe. I know Jerry Jones is a billionaire, right? He's a billionaire. Why I believe a billionaire? I believe Jerry Jones did not want to trade Micah until he had to trade him. I believe that. Does it not sound realistic that Jerry Jones wanted to meet with Micah about leadership? Everybody saw that Micah had leadership issues. You can see it his rookie year. You can see it his second year on the football field. If Micah did not have a good game, his demeanor was way different. Other players make plays. He's not really celebrating. He makes plays. He's rubbing his belly. He wants to. It was signs like that. It wasn't surprising that DeMarcus Lawrence had some issue with Micah. It's not surprising that all this talk came out about Micah afterwards. You could see it from the outside looking in. So you're right. We didn't have to trade him. But you made that decision because you knew Micah's not the guy you pay 47 million for. You just don't do it. Everyone acquired has had good games and bad games. That's not an argument point. Look, man, I don't think there's an issue with a team saying don't pay a guy like Micah Parsons 47 million. I don't think that's an issue. It's not like they didn't offer him a contract. Like we acting like Jerry Jones went into the offseason knowing he was gonna trade Micah and they didn't offer him a contract or something. Like that's kind of how we sounded. Nah, they offered him a contract and he didn't want that. His agent felt like he was worth more. Guess what? They were right. They were right. He's worth more. That's why he got it. But I feel good about getting 2 first-round picks and Kenny Clark. I feel good about that. I do. I personally feel good about that. If you get, here's what I don't want to have. I don't want to have revisionist history. If you give better linebacker play early in the season, this Kenny Clark signing, this Kenny Clark trade, it still looks like a great trade. It still looks like a good trade. I mean, not maybe not great, but it still looks like you got something back. The issue is the defense is so damn bad. Like, we didn't expect our DBs to just all fall off the cliff and not know how to play regular zone defense. We didn't expect that. Do y'all not know we spent the first 8 games of the year? We couldn't even cover. Like, we couldn't even play cover 4, cover 3. There were literally professional football players, Hall of Fame players going on live TV saying, I don't even know what coverage these guys are covering. Like, we got to understand this. The defense wasn't really playing that bad. It was just we had no DBs. That's really what it came down to. We were actually playing pretty good against the run. It was we ain't had no damn DBs. There was no $47 million contract. Talking only when he was Green Bay. Look, at the end of the day, Michael Parsons and his team knew that he was worth more. They knew Jerry wasn't gonna give him more because he had already agreed to a contract. Look, if you still don't think Michael Parsons is to blame, I don't know what to tell you, bro. Because look, you got players like Dak Prescott who said, and CeeDee Lamb who said, look, I've talked to Jerry before. When he talks contracts, I know not to talk numbers with him. I get my agent involved. I tell him, no, talk to my agent. Micah Parsons, again, Micah Parsons wanted to be mano to mano with Jerry Jones. He wanted to go off record. You mean to tell me, JV, all these contracts that have been recently signed, $100 million contracts, ain't nobody tell Micah Parsons, hey, bro, Jerry Jones, he gonna try to sweet talk you. He gonna try to get you in the suite. He gonna try to get you in the suite. You ain't gonna expect it. He gonna say it's about something. He gonna talk about numbers. Just know when the numbers come to play, don't talk, don't do it. You don't mean to tell me, JV, did nobody tell him that? Micah Parsons wanted to play big dog. And here's the thing, JV. I'm talking about the players told him. I know damn well the agent said something to him. So why aren't you blaming Micah Parsons for talking numbers with Jerry? Why aren't you blaming him? He clearly ignored advice. Jerry Jones waited a year late and got emotional. Jerry Jones didn't wait a year late, man. See, this is what I don't like about the year late thing. Everybody acts like the player would have signed early. Why do we always assume the player would have signed early? Why do we assume we were assuming George Pickens? There were people saying sign George Pickens before the first game. They were like sign George Pickens, sign George Pickens. Midway through the season, when George Pickens is playing like top 3 receiver in the league, they're saying sign George Pickens, bruh. What makes you think George Pickens wants to get signed right now? He's probably like, nah, man, I'm trying to go to the free agent league. What you talking about? Micah Parsons was like, nah, I know you trying to sign me early because you trying to save some money. I'm waiting because I know my value gonna go up. But look at my past videos. I said this. Micah Parsons was drafted as a linebacker. He only played edge because of emergency. When he and his agent made the decision to stay at defensive end, that defensive end money was never going to get paid by Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones was never going to pay that type of money to an elite defensive end. He would have paid him like a linebacker, JV. He would have paid Micah Parsons like a Fred Warner, but he was never going to pay Micah Parsons like a number 1 defensive end. It just cost too much money, and that's not what they drafted him to do. It just turned out to be a luxury. But also, what did the Cowboys learn about Micah? He he kind of gets worn out in the end of the season, right? In the playoffs, he kind of can just become another guy. You learn some things in those first 4 or 5 years now. They ain't just do it for no reason. I don't feel good about that. I got you. The defense is so bad because we have no pass rush to complement our DTs like we didn't have. Well, let's be real. Donovan Ezeraku, you name me, you tell me there's 15 pass rushers paying better than Donovan Ezeraku right now. The last couple games. Donovan Ezeraku is starting to show up. He's starting to show up now. Here's what Donovan Ezeraku needs to get back. Bruh, you're not a power guy. You are a speed to finesse, speed to power, speed off. You have to get a burst. I don't know where his burst off the ball went, but I hope for the last 2 weeks, that's all he's been doing this last week. Get off the football. If Donovan Ezeraku can get that get off back, and Jadeveon Clowney is playing football now. Let's not come on now, because Jadeveon Clowney came in this season bumping bodies. All he needs to do is start getting his feet under him so he can stay up to right. He's playing now. All right. So Dante Fowler is still a proven guy. Let's not act like Dante Fowler can't still pick it up and get back. Maybe these dudes just needed a preseason. Doesn't mean trade Micah. Hey man, you either trade him or you franchise him. And either way, if you keep him, you got a disgruntled player. The dude laying down during the games, man, that was already he played his card. What you think Jerry Jones was doing the whole training camp? It's not like Micah was practicing; he was holding out. So you either keep a disgruntled player or you trade him. They had to trade him. And guess what? A lot of people say the Cowboys lost on the trade. That tells you Jerry Jones didn't want to do this. If you wanted to do it, you do it before the draft. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. If you want to trade a player like that, you trade him before the draft. You get 17 first-round picks, whatever it is. They didn't want to do it. They got what they could get. Micah wanted a contract in 2024. Man, I don't believe that. Micah Parsons said out his mouth he wanted to sign. Okay. If he said it out his mouth he wanted to sign and Jerry Jones didn't want to sign him, what that tell you? Because I'm telling you, as I'm telling you straight up, and you ain't got to believe me, you can say I'm hindsight. If you watch football with me since Micah been in the league, I said Micah was an all-star great find his rookie year. Fantastic. Year 2, year 3, year 4. Micah Parsons did not get better than me. I'm just calling you what I'm calling it. I'm calling it a spade a spade. To me, Micah Parsons did not get better on the football field year 2, 3, and 4, and he did not get better off the football field. He did not become a better leader in my eyes. So are we not supposed to evaluate this, or are we supposed to just say, "Hey, he's a great football player. He goes to sacks the quarterback. He knows how to put up stats." Or are we supposed to be able to read everything else? What kind of teammate is he though? Does he just invite the lineman over to his house for dinner and shit? Does he just do that for the cameras and shit, or does he really genuinely mean that though? Why? Why? How come his only teammate that's really vouching for him is a head case his damn self, CD, Trayvon Diggs? Why is that? How come the only guy that really stood up for Micah was a head case his damn self? I wish Micah the best, man. I'm just saying, I make that same decision. And to be honest with you, I'm disappointed that Jerry Jones waited that long. Because I would have traded him a year before that. When his stock was high and all that, I would have traded him. I would have did just like they did Luca. Everybody want to play this hindsight with Luca. Look, at the end of the day, they didn't get enough for Luca. But don't act like it wasn't a good trade. I understood the trade. Y'all understood the trade. It made sense. It made sense. You don't pay a guy like Luka just because he puts numbers up. Because at the end of the day, is he gonna be a head case? Are you gonna have like is he gonna take care of his body? Is he gonna be a leader? Is he gonna take care of his body? Is he gonna practice hard? Is he gonna be the first one in, last one to leave? That's who get generational money like that, bro. You don't pay everybody just because they put up stats, man. That ain't how that work. Not when you paying dudes the money they paying now, man. Diggs never said anything in Micah defense. It's on video with CD Lamb and Tyler Smith voicing their opinion against the Micah trade. I could have sworn Diggs, maybe I'm wrong. I could have sworn Diggs said something. I thought CD Lamb had said something. I did think that. I did think that. I don't know what Tyler Smith said. I'm not sure what Tyler Smith said. I'm not sure about what Tyler Smith said, but I know one thing. I heard some rumblings about what was going on about what they did like about it too. Tell me this, hey JV. They don't got podcasts in Green Bay, JV. JV, they don't got podcasts in Green Bay. They don't got reception out there. I just want to know. I've been trying to see what's going on, man. He's still tweeting, but I don't see nothing about the podcast. What's going on? I don't want to talk about Osa. I don't want to talk about Osa. I want to talk about they don't got no podcasts in Green Bay. That's what I want to know. Do they not have a pod? Anybody listening know if do they have any podcasts in Green Bay? Why is Micah not doing podcasts? Because it was not a big deal when he was a Cowboy. But for some reason, he get traded and get big buck. That's fine. I get it. I get you. But you've been defending Micah and saying that Micah shouldn't have been traded. We didn't have to trade him. We didn't have to trade him. And I'm saying there was a reason why he got traded. And one of the reasons is shit like a podcast. And I'm just trying to figure out why all of a sudden he got traded and you don't hear nothing about no podcast no more. Is it possible that maybe he knows, or maybe Green Bay knew that doing a podcast when you ain't really done nothing or proven anything, it's probably not the way to go. Maybe he should be watching more film about how to beat double teams and triple teams instead of just posting the stats about how many times he's double teamed and triple teamed. I'm giving you the distractions, man. Like, I'm sorry. JV, when you heard his podcast, tell the truth. When you first heard Michael Parsons' podcast, didn't you lose a little bit of that fear? Like, his first year, Micah gave you a little bit of like, he gave you like, damn, I think he can, like, people fear him. Like, but then he started talking and he sounded like a kid. And I was like, damn, I wish he just shut up because you don't fear him no more. Like, he sounds like a young dude. And it wasn't like, I felt like he should have just wait, man. Like, talk when you 28. Don't talk when you 25, man. Like, wait. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I'm saying. And I feel like since we talking about it, they made the right decision, man. They made the right decision. We need to go flip them picks and get some players. We got Quinnen Williams, we got Logan Wilson, we got Pickens. So if y'all thinking about it, stop thinking about this as we flipped the Quinnen Williams or we flipped the Kenny Clark. Like so far, we done got Kenny Clark, Quinnen Williams, and we got George Pickens. Let's just call it what it is. So we have the ability to pay George Pickens if we want to. We didn't have that ability to pay George Pickens with Michael Parsons. All right. So I don't know how we really got off on this, man. All I'm saying is I'm looking forward to the game today. We got about 15 minutes left. Here's the stat. Here's what we got to do. All this stuff don't mean nothing. Quinnen Williams, Overshown, Logan Wilson, all this blah, blah, blah. If the Cowboys can't hold a team like the Raiders to 26 and under, point wise, after a bye week, that's it. That's all that's a wrap. We can't do nothing. Yeah, man, but if you 30 million in cap, man, what you talking? George Pickens about to eat that. What you said? George Pickens looking for 30 million as a second receiver. Nah, man. We're gonna Hey, look, JV, look. This is what I don't get, JV. We see what he's doing with the Green Bay Packers. Is he changing them that much? Because when I watch Green Bay, I watch 11 dudes that fucking ball. Is it just because of Micah? Because I thought them dudes was balling. I thought Quay Walker was balling before that. I thought they already had a couple defensive tackles. They drafted young. I thought they had some defensive. I thought they had players. He strengthened the strength. Did we not go into Green Bay or whatever Green Bay they come to whatever did Dak not throw for 40 points? Like I'm confused. We're making it seem like keeping Micah would have been the difference of this season. What have we done with Micah? Here's what we don't know. Here's what I'm willing to say, JV. You add Micah to this defense. Does it make some people say you add Micah, the DBs get better. That's not a fact. Not the defense we've been watching. You add Micah to this defense we've been watching, you still got a pretty damn bad defense. Micah can't help if a dude trip at the line of scrimmage. Micah can't help if dudes just running behind people. All you're doing is throwing it up. Russell Wilson was just throwing it up. He got benched the next week. Look. We got to get ready for the game. We got to get ready for the game. Hey, bro, they tried that, man. How are they going to do that? How are they going to do it? They said that they were trying to get Quinnen Williams before. They weren't trying to trade Quinnen Williams, man. They weren't trying to trade Quinnen Williams, man. They weren't trying to trade. They look it up. They were trying to get the dude in at the Panthers. You think the Cowboys the only team that see value in defensive tackles, man? Ain't nobody trying to give up premium tackles. You got to be as bad as the Jets were. The Jets were bad. What you mean? All right, man. I gotta go, man. Good luck for the Cowboys. I appreciate you, JB, man. You made this an interesting day, little stream, man. Hey, y'all, I'm gonna do it. These Cowboys are depressing, man. I ain't gonna lie. I'm over here breaking down film. They ain't even watching the shit. They going out there doing the same old shit. I may do a little bit more, but I'm just saying. I got so much film in my phone that I just ain't even posted just because I'm just depressed. We'll see, y'all.